Hi everybody, we're live as I'm itching my nose. We're at the Festival Foods support office. We're in De Pere, Wisconsin, and we are just getting going. As you can see from the bottles behind me, we're in our wine and spirits department director's office. That's because our wine and spirits departments are pretty busy places and we don't want to get in anybody's way. So thank you to those viewers who are joining us. We're at 14 viewers right now. Thank you. I'm going to flip the camera around so we can talk to those who will help us with some produce recommendation for Cinco de Mayo, and most importantly, those margarita suggestions. So I'm going to flip the camera around and you're going to see, as I do this really fast, this is Lauren and Bill.
Hey,
hi everyone.
Lauren is one of our registered dietitians who is here to talk to us about avocados and other great produce options. But we're also happy to be joined by Bill Story. Bill is our Senior Director of our Wine and Spirits Department. And as you can see in front of him, he's got some amazing suggestions for tequila. And I think many people, Bill, likely will think, well, I have Jose Cuervo, so that covers me for tequila. But we actually have quite a few options.
Yeah, there's some differences between tequilas, and a lot of times, if you're going to restaurants and they're making margaritas, a lot of time they'll just be using Jose Cuervo or the gold margarita. But there's a lot more to expand on margaritas and tequilas as well. You'll see some different price points in the store, so I was going to talk about that a little bit.
What's with the white? I think most people think that caramel colored is the way tequila should go.
Yeah, and this is actually a Blanco, and you'll see a lot of this. Jose Cuervo has a Blanco.
Blanco, white.
Yep,
Got
white.
it.
So tequilas are aged. When you get these different colors that go on, there's aging that's involved in different oak barrels. But this is straight unaged tequila, so you get a lot more of the agave flavor. Tequila is made with an agave plant.
Is it like smoother then? Would it be?
I wouldn't necessarily say smoother. I would say that these are smoother.
Okay.
And because of the aging process that goes into it, sitting in the barrels. So you'll see this a lot of times. I won't necessarily say smoother, but some people really do like this because it brings out more of the agave flavor.
We have wants to know your favorite. Kelly wants to know what your favorite is, Bill.
I'm a big fan of the reposado. I actually like making the margaritas with reposado as well.
Okay. Is that a particular?
Yeah, you'll see this is, I'll scoot it forward here if you can see it a little better, but it's lighter than an añejo.
Okay.
This is aged from 2 to 11 months in whatever type barrel it might be. But it gives a good contrast. You get some of that regular Blanco flavor where it's not.
He has a hot. Oh, and we're back.
Back
Thanks
up.
for being patient, guys. We are having a little bit of a Wi-Fi issue, so if you guys are going to just be patient with us, and we'll try to get through. Now that we're at 60 viewers, we're thrilled to have you guys with us. We're at the Festival Foods Support Office, and we're here with Bill and Lauren for those of you who have joined us. And Bill's walking us through some amazing tequila options. And he was just telling us about Hornitos
Reposado.
Yes, that was a favorite of yours.
Yes.
And you were saying it's a favorite because
It's aged, so it has a little bit more flavor than what a normal Jose Cuervo or Gold would have. And these are also 100% agave, where these sometimes are not. You were talking about caramel flavoring, and cane sugar is used a lot as well. So when I'm mixing a margarita or even a mixed drink with tequila, I do like using reposado.
And when you say your favorites, what are your go-to ingredients? Are you a lime juice guy? Are you a
definitely
premix
lime
guy?
juice. I do like using Grand Marnier in tequilas as well. We'll have an end cap coming up, and it's kind of have every ingredient that you would use for making a margarita for Cinco de Mayo as well. But yeah, having those ingredients are definitely great. And then you have an añejo, which is aged over a year. And you can see the color difference. That's from going in and out of the wood. As the wood expands and retracts and everything, you pull all that color and flavor out. So a lot of times añejo is like a sipping type tequila. It's a lot more expensive.
And that's the Cabo Wabo that people will likely know from Is there a rock star behind Cabo Wabo?
Oh gosh.
Hopefully one of our viewers will know this. I think it's a Sammy Hagar.
Yeah, you're
yes,
right. Yep,
right.
you nailed it.
So yeah, so
That's
now we have, shown our rock star card. So Jeffrey wants to know if you're a blended or on the rocks guy.
It all kind of depends what I'm drinking. I like when I'm having scotch, I like it on the rocks. When I am having just sipping on an añejo, to really capture all the flavors and stuff, I like having it on the rocks. But if I'm mixing or doing something like that, if I'm having a margarita or...
Thanks. And Brenna jumped in and let us know that it is Sammy Hagar, so we're good.
Thanks, Brenna.
And Lauren was pointing out some mixes that you have back there.
Yeah,
these are I would think really
the
popular.
less complicated people.
Just to make it as easy as you can, there's the ready to drink that are available. These are pre-mixed with everything you really need with making a margarita. And it's funny, they're coming out with such good ingredients that they taste really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's not just all sugar you're drinking.
Yep, exactly. And there's even steps up where there's like an ultimate. Jose Cuervo has an ultimate margarita where they have the Grand Marnier mixed in it as well. But
and you say ready to make, so it's just a matter of that and ice and a blender.
Pour it on ice and you're good to go.
Wow.
Or blend it up. Yeah.
Lauren, do you have a favorite?
I have tried the light before. I've tried the regular, and we were talking about the mixed berry or triple berry, something like that. I have not tried this one, but this one is definitely going on my list for next Thursday.
Yeah, there you go.
That looks like a really, really good flavor, and then you can kind of decide if you want salt or sugar on the rim. That's really the ultimate question.
Maybe a combo.
Yeah.
It's probably a good thing to be eating some food while we're doing all this drinking. So
it's part of the fiesta.
Definitely.
We have some great options right in front of you, Lauren. What did we bring in today?
Yeah, so when we think of Cinco de Mayo, I think everybody thinks of guacamole. I mean, all the margaritas, all the different drinks, even if you're doing a beer of some sort, it all goes great with guacamole. And at festival, we have lots of different options. If you're just, again, kind of like the Jose Cuervo, looking for something super simple to grab and go, that's where our holy guacamole from our produce department comes in handy. These are awesome little trays, so all you have to do is open up this box, peel off the lid, and you have a tray of guacamole.
And holy guacamole is dietitian approved.
Yes, it has a very minimal ingredient list, all natural ingredients, and it's really good.
That stuff is amazing.
And really easy, too. And then, of course, you can make your own guacamole with avocados from our produce department. And then from there, ways to make guacamole. And I think people overthink it sometimes as to what seasonings or spices and all that stuff to put in. But the fun of it is that avocados have a really, just a very easy taste. I mean, they're not super flavorful, so you can add in a lot of different things.
Do you have a favorite ingredient? We just had Isabella jump on and wanted to know your favorite ingredient for guac.
I really like adding garlic into guac, something a little bit different. I mean, usually you do like, the onions, the tomatoes, lime, but garlic.
Oh, and we're back. And Lauren was just talking about Pico de Mayo. Pico de Gallo. And if you can say it, you win.
Yes, yeah. So grabbing that from our produce department, I love that it comes already pre-made. You can also buy a couple different flavors. There's a mango salsa you can buy that's right by all these different ones. Just a regular salsa, a little bit more spicy salsa, and then of course the pico. Mix this up with some smashed avocados and you have guacamole.
Well, and I think avocado, everyone wants to know, Nicole jumped in with a question, how do you know if an avocado is ripe?
That's a great question. These guys up here, this one, for example, is not ripe. It's very green. It's hard. The best way to know if an avocado is ripe is picking one up like this guy over here. He's a little bit darker, and he's really tender to the touch. At our store this morning when I picked these up, we had a good balance of both. Sometimes we have a couple more green ones than we do the ripe ones. So what you can do is you can grab one of the unripe ones, put it in a brown paper bag with bananas, apple, just seal it up, let it sit on your counter for a day or two, and it'll ripen a lot faster, and then you'll be good to go.
And we had a question about, can you store avocado in the freezer?
Yes, you can. What I would suggest is leaving the pit in. So, for example, if you're using like half an avocado, a lot of times people use half, not know what to do with the other half. Leave the pit in there. You can store in the freezer with some nice and tight with some saran wrap. You can also throw in some fresh lime juice or something like that, just to prevent browning.
And I think it's a good combination because you have the sweet of many of the margarita drinks with the savory of a lot of these ingredients.
And you can make your guacamole a little bit more sweet though if you want. I like adding pineapple in. That's also really fun. Or mango or some of those more tropical fruits just to make it a little bit sweeter. But that's the fun thing about guacamole. You can make a couple different types. Really customize it to whatever you like.
Well, and I was shocked by the number of different recipes you can make with guac, and we have a ton of them on our blog.
Yes, so a great way to use leftover guac is you can throw in some shredded chicken, turn it into a chicken salad. Really simple. Throw it in a pita or on a tortilla, something like that, and you really have lunch for the next day. You can even use avocados in dessert recipes. So we have a couple different dessert recipes in our blog for dark chocolate avocado brownies and then a dark chocolate avocado pudding. And I promise your kids, your husband, your families will not notice a difference. Avocados just give it a really nice texture and you don't taste it at all because it has such a mild flavor.
And if, Bill, people might not be inclined to have tequila or booze for Cinco de Mayo but are interested in maybe some Mexican beers, we have plenty of options.
Yeah, we have a nice big Mexican beer section in the stores. If you go in the stores, they're all nicely labeled. You'll see a big sign that says import, and right below that you'll find your Corona and all the imports right in that section. So
that's awesome. And we typically have those with fruit, right? In many of those cases.
Yeah, I mean Corona and lime.
They were made.
Yeah.
Lime was made for Corona.
Yeah, exactly. So. And
we'll be talking about a lot of these on Tuesday, right, Lauren?
Yes, we're hosting a really fun Twitter chat Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Central Time. You can join us on Twitter. Our hashtag is Festival Fiesta. We're having a Festival Fiesta. We'll be talking about tons of different avocado recipes. We're hosting with avocados from Mexico. And then we're also going to be talking about some of the stuff that Bill talked about today with pairing some of this really tasty food with some refreshing drinks as well.
Well, and part of your effort is to really preach the moderation mantra, if you will. So we will be dishing about, some fun drink recipes, but we were just talking about import beers, Bill, so we had a question about your favorite import beer.
To be honest, I do like Corona.
Yeah?
The Corona with a lime on a hot summer day. It's funny because I don't like the Corona without the lime.
Okay.
But with the lime, it's like a totally different beer. So, this past 4th of July, actually, not very American of me, but I went with Corona and a lime. So.
Oh, somebody said Tecate?
Yep, Tecate is very good.
Tecate with hot sauce and the rim. I hadn't heard about that one before.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could see
that.
that.
So Heather just shared that one with us. So
awesome.
That might be a good one for our viewers.
Thanks, Heather.
Bloody Mary-esque in a
Yes.
way.
Yes. So we got the Twitter chat coming up, and we're also giving away a lot of prizes then too.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think
one
we might
thing we're
have a
giving away
prize
is this
here.
really fun. I'll try to lift it up without knocking everything over. This really fun chip and dip bowl. Now, would this not make a perfect addition to your Cinco de Mayo fiesta?
Yeah.
Along with this, we've got plenty of Festival Foods gift cards we're giving away. What else are we? We're also giving away 2 Fitbits. So again, preaching that moderation. We'll have a good time Thursday night, and then back at it a Friday with exercising and all that good stuff.
And we just had a question come in about telling that avocado is ripe. It's just the feel of it, right? It's not necessarily. Someone asked about removing the stem.
You can do that too. That is another way. The easiest way is just to feel it. If it's soft to the touch, you'll be able to slice it up. Sometimes we've tried slicing really hard avocados that are just not ripe yet, and they just don't do much for you. You can't really smash them up or anything like that.
Right. And we just had April jump on. Thanks for joining us, April. She had a question about non-alcoholic drinks. Mm-hmm. If there are maybe some virgin options that we have.
Yeah, I mean, you can always make. You don't have to add tequila. It's not like we have NA tequila or anything like that out there, but we do have some non-alcoholic. All the mixers are non-alcoholic, so if you just want to get some of that flavor and go that route, you can go that way. There's some, it's called agave nectar, that spruces up a drink a little bit, so tons of recipes you can find as well, but...
flavored water is really fun too. I mean,
Sure.
it doesn't sound all that fun, but you know, you get some water, even some like seltzer water, something like that. Throw in a bunch of different berries and lime and maybe some cucumber, and just make a really festive and refreshing water beverage. Low calorie too.
And Chuck just jumped on and wanted to know about our Twitter chat. We're going to be chatting for an hour, Chuck, so you'll have 60 full minutes of opportunity to win some really great stuff and get some really good recipes. So we're going to log off here, but if you guys have any other questions or anything, just reach out to us at blog.festfoods.com or follow us on Twitter. We're at festfoods. So we'll say bye to Bill and Lauren, and thanks for tuning in.
Thank
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.